Hello and welcome to sentence diagramming exercise number 15. We are now reviewing coordinating conjunctions, and I hope that you can see in the warm-up that you're being asked to think about using coordinating conjunctions in different ways at different times and sometimes in multiple ways in the same sentence. Number one, this is the green and blue fish. Number two, the end of everyone and everything. Number three, I tried to stop it, but it happened anyway. I hope those all make sense to you. I hope you've got all of these uses of conjunctions kicking around for yourself inside your head, because you're going to see them all, and sometimes all in the same sentence in this lesson. Let's scroll up and do some sentences. I may be cutting off the top of my head here, but you don't need the top of my head. We're labeling the parts of each Super Bowl theme sentence above the appropriate words. This was the Super Bowl in 2014, just so you know, or 2015. Label the part of speech below each word, diagram each sentence. Please work slowly and deliberately. And number one, seems to have is a verb, and not we're going to call a conjunction. Okay. Let's do this one piece by piece together. The first thing you want to do is figure out where the coordinating conjunction that joins the clauses is. Pause the video while you do that. Okay, I hope you can tell that it's here. So the whole sentence reads, the Patriots logo seems to have a pompadour hairdo and not a hat. So it is jokingly called the Flying Elvis. A pompadour is like when it comes like straight up and then curves back. On a person with straight hair. And so an Elvis had a pompadour hairdo, so the Flying Elvis, the Patriots logo, okay, it's a joke. I hope you were able to figure out that the one clause stops here, that the Patriots logo seems to have a pompadour hairdo and not a hat could be a sentence all by itself, and that it is jokingly called the Flying Elvis could also be a sentence by itself. They are joined together with the coordinating conjunction so. All right, so we're going to deal just with one of them now. Please pause the video, identify the subject, predicate, direct object, or predicate adjective, or predicate nominative, the parts of sentence, in other words, of this first clause, starting by parenthesizing prepositional phrases. Pause the video and do those things. All the parts of sentence. Okay, there are no prepositional phrases here, but and logo is the subject, seems to have is the predicate, and there are actually two direct objects. It seems to have what? A pompadour hairdo, and what? Not a hat. And so those are two direct objects following the single predicate. Pause the video again, finish the parts of speech for that one clause. Okay, the is an article, Patriots is a possessive, so it's functioning as an adjective. Logo is a noun, seems to have is a verb, is an article, pompadour is an adjective, hairdo is a noun, and not coordinating conjunction, is an article, hat is a noun. Okay, we are now ready to diagram, starting with the four parts of a sentence that we've got here. Hey, if you didn't pause the video to do it, you should have. Pause the video and finish up the main line of the diagram. Okay, I got a little bit carried away, so if you just did the main line and then press play, don't look at this, just pause it again and finish your diagram. Okay, I hope you did that, because we're going to go over the diagram now. Logo is the subject. Seems to have is the predicate. Hairdo and hat are the direct objects. Remember your lines, separating the subject and the predicate, separating the predicate from the direct object. Hairdo and hat are the two direct objects. Describes hat. And pompadour describe hairdo, and not is the coordinating conjunction connecting them. Seems to have is the predicate. Logo is the subject. The is the first word of the sentence describing the logo, and patriots is a possessive. It goes on a lazy L, also describing the logo. Logo again is the subject, not patriots here. Okay, now we're ready for the second clause. So let's start by just diagramming the coordinating conjunction. Pause the playback, do that. Okay, and I hope that's what you did. And we can cross off all of these words, so we might want to do that now. The sentences are getting complicated. We want to make sure we did each one. Okay, it is jokingly called the Flying Elvis. The next step is to identify the parts of sentence in this clause, starting by parenthesizing the prepositional phrase and moving on to the subject, the predicate, the what, and maybe an indirect object if there is one. Pause the video, do that. Okay, there are no prepositional phrases here. It is the subject, is called is the predicate. Yeah, sometimes adverbs go in between the two parts of a verb in English. And Flying Elvis, it is called what? That's going to be, I think, a predicate nominative. Because Flying Elvis and it are actually the same thing. I mean, if you called it a direct object, I guess I'd understand. It's the direct object of a passive verb, but it's up to you. Whatever. I'm going to treat it like it's a predicate nominative. I hope that's what you got. It is called in Flying Elvis as a predicate nominative. Pause the video again. Now do the parts of speech. Okay, it is a noun, is called, that's the predicate, it's a verb. Jokingly is an adverb. The is an article, and Flying Elvis, notice it's in quotes, it's capitalized, it's a proper name, is a noun. Okay, I would say to take the diagram over here. I hope you didn't take up as much room with that one as I did. All right, so set up your main line for the diagram. Pause the video. All right, sorry, I got carried away again. It is the subject, is called is the predicate, Flying Elvis is the predicate nominative, and if you can't tell at this point that the describes Flying Elvis and jokingly describes is called, I'm not sure how you made it this far, but I can't say congratulations. Okay, I hope you've got this. Let's move on to the second sentence. This sentence refers to a play in the Super Bowl from the 2014-2015 season. Russell Wilson tried to throw the ball to the cleated and helmeted Ricardo Locquette, but the lowly, unknown, and unheralded Malcolm Butler quickly and astutely jumped the route and intercepted the ball. And oh my goodness, are there a lot of words here. But you know what? You can do it. Start by finding where the clauses start and stop. There are two of them. Pause the video, find the clauses, find the coordinating conjunction that connects the clauses. Where are the groups of words that could each be a sentence by themselves? Pause the video and do that before you do anything else. Okay, I hope you can see that Russell Wilson tried to throw the ball to the cleated and helmeted Ricardo Locquette could be a sentence by itself. I hope you can see that the lowly, unknown, and unheralded Malcolm Butler quickly and astutely jumped the route and intercepted the ball could be a sentence all by itself. And by joining them together, we've made one very wordy compound sentence. Pause the video for yourself, Do your best here, and then we'll go over it all together. Remember, take one clause at a time. This is a sentence, this is a clause that you know how to diagram. Russell Wilson tried to throw the ball to the cleated helmet of Ricardo Laquette. This, the second one, the lowly, unknown, and unheralded Malcolm Butler quickly and astutely jumped the route and intercepted the ball. That is a sentence, a clause, that you know how to diagram. It's simply a matter of, well, not simply, it's a matter of doing both of them and connecting them with the but. Okay, pause the video while you work on it. Do the first clause first, parts of sentence, parts of speech, and diagram, and the second clause second. Parts of speech, parts of sentence, parts of speech, diagram. Pause it now, go. All right, here we go. We're going to go over the first clause first. Russell Wilson tried to throw the ball to the cleated and helmeted Ricardo Locquette. Russell Wilson is the subject, tried to throw is the predicate, ball is the direct object, Ricardo Locquette is the indirect object. Russell Wilson is a noun, tried to throw is a verb, the is an article, ball is a noun, to is a preposition, the is the article, cleated is an adjective, and is a coordinating conjunction, helmeted is an adjective, Ricardo Locquette is a noun. Here's the subject, Russell Wilson. Here's the predicate, tried to throw. Here's the direct object, ball. The ball, while we're at it. So Russell Wilson tried to throw the ball. Okay, here comes the indirect object, to the, whoa, hang on a second. And we're back. To Ricardo Locquette. Which Ricardo Locquette? The cleated and helmeted Ricardo Locquette. Cleated and helmeted are adjectives describing Ricardo Locquette. There's a dotted line with an and there, although it's a little messy. All right. Russell Wilson tried to throw the ball to the cleated and helmeted Ricardo Locquette. But, remember, besties are joined at the hip, boos are joined at the lip, compound sentences are joined at the predicate. The lowly, unknown, and unheralded Malcolm Butler. That's the subject. What did he do? He jumped. What did he jump? The route. What else did he do? He intercepted. Intercepted what? The ball. There are two there's one subject, but two predicates, each of which has its own direct object in this sentence. Okay, so Malcolm Butler jumped route and intercepted ball. And this dotted line, by the way, it can come down there before the split. It can come down over here. I'm okay with that too. It's all good. Malcolm Butler is the subject. The is an article. Lowly is an adjective. Unknown is an adjective. Unheralded is an adjective. Adjective, adjective. And is a coordinating conjunction. Unheralded, also an adjective. And the and goes between unknown and unheralded because it comes between unknown and unheralded in the sentence. But there are three items in the list. Okay. Quickly and astutely are both going to be adverbs. Jumped is a verb, the is an article, route is a noun, and is a coordinating conjunction. Intercepted is a verb, the is an article, ball is a noun. So here we've got the subject over here, Malcolm Butler, the lowly, unknown, and unheralded Malcolm Butler. Lowly, by the way, one of those fun adjectives that ends in ly. You can add that to your list along with lonely. These all three of these words, lonely, only, and lowly, they all end in ly, but they're usually adjectives. Malcolm Butler, the lowly, unknown, and unheralded Malcolm Butler. Okay, here we go. What did he do? He quickly and astutely did both of the following things. One, he jumped the route. Jumped what? Route, the route. And intercepted. Intercepted what? Intercepted ball, the ball. It is important that quickly and astutely come on this stretch of the main line before it splits. Because did he quickly and astutely jump? Yes, he did. Did he quickly and astutely intercept? Yes, he also did. So you need those two adverbs to describe both predicates. That means they've got to come here before the main line splits for the two predicates. I hope that this makes sense to you. This is probably the most complicated sentence that we've diagrammed yet. Let's make sure we got every word. But the lowly, unknown, and unheralded Malcolm Butler quickly and astutely jumped the route and intercepted the ball. Okay, we've diagrammed the whole thing. Congratulations, and much success to you on the independent practice on the reverse side. Take care.